Have you ever been so deep in your emotions that you start thinking the devil might be right? Like you start believing that the unfortunate situation is only as good as it can ever get. Hey, my beautiful souls! You're tuned into the podcast where faith is louder than fear. The lies get exposed, and God gets the final say. Today's episode, let's talk about the lies the enemy tells us when we're vulnerable and how I fell for them hard. Yeah, I was sitting down and the weight of all the emotions and the events that played out just came crumbling down. And the enemy was just constantly in my ear telling me everything that I did not want to hear, all the lies. At this point, the enemy wasn't even whispering lies. He had a megaphone. Like I said last week, I started to buy into the lie that my life will never get better. My life will never change. Some persons were just fortunate to have the good life, and others were just unfortunate. And I placed myself in that unfortunate group. I said that it cannot get better because I had flashbacks of my entire life and how all the guys that I've dated and or almost dated and how they treated me, and they were all the same. Saw they all saw me as an object that they wanted to use. A matter of fact, those relationships ended because I did not want to, you know, do the deed. And they either ghosted me or stopped talking to me. And when I in that moment I started thinking about all of that, and I just said to myself that it won't get any better. And if I wanted love, then this is the best that I could get. And I was willing to settle for that because I started to buy into the lies of the devil, that I was not worthy, that I was not beautiful, that I will never find a guy that would love me. And I said, since I promised myself to my husband, then this will be my husband. Like, I'm gonna make it work. And he told me all of those things that, oh, we can do as Christians without compromising myself. I don't know why, but I still believed him. Or at least I still thought that I could get that, at least that from the relationship. But I was so wrong because when I was in that situationship, let's say that because he made it very clear that we weren't in a relationship. And when I was in that situationship, we could not hold hands. He never kissed me. He never touched me in any way. You understand? As in, caressing my face or anything, or hugged me or anything like that. Like he would text me and tell me that how much he misses me. That is just him trying to get me to come at the house so he can do what he has to do and then send me home. And that was the cycle. And even though I knew deep down that all the things that he told me the very first night when he called me up about the kisses and the cuddles and the cute stuff, romantic stuff, even though I knew deep down that I wasn't going to get any of that in that relationship, I still went, being hopeful that I could feel a little bit loved, a little bit appreciated, a little bit seen. And when I went there, it will all end the same. A matter of fact, as I enter the house, he would take me to the bedroom and do what he had to do. I felt like a toy. I literally felt like a toy because that's all he was doing. He never touched me. He never do it. I don't know. At that point, I was literally just a doll for him. That's it. And even to make it not look so bad, there will be times when he will like put on a movie and 5 minutes into the movie, he would call me pull me into the room, does what he does, and tell me to go home. And even when I'm going home, because let me say this, it was not a safe community. It was not one of the safest community to be in at the time. And when he would send me home, he wouldn't even like walk me to the bus stop or anything. I would walk in that community by myself because he would say, oh, he's too tired after doing what he has done. And all kind of excuse. He would always have an excuse, and I would be walking that community at night by myself. And deep down, it didn't matter to me, because I already felt so worthless. I already felt like everything has been taken away from me. I was like, at this point, anything happened to me because the worst has already come and been done. So I just did not care. I was just, yeah, I just did not care. He was such a manipulator, and he treated me so badly because he would text me and tell me how much he cares and he wants to get to know me, wants to, all of those cute stuff. And then just take me into the room, does what he does repeatedly, repeatedly, and I would allow him because I said this was just my life and this was just the process. Love to the point where I even came, it was so bad to the point where I even said, okay, kids, kids will make me happy. I understand if I have kids, when I have kids, it will replace the loss, it will replace the love, it will fill the need for love. I was literally planning my whole life to stay in that relationship because I was so desperate. And I just said this the best I could have, and I decided to settle. I decided to settle for it. And note that I was not the only girl. A matter of fact, there was a girl that was renting, and he was doing things with her too. A matter of fact, it was his ex-girlfriend, and he was doing things with her as well. And he blamed me, saying that I was at fault because I allowed him to fall into sin. And because of that, he ended up back being active again. And I was always to be blamed. He always talked down to me saying that he would never want a relationship with me because so and so, and he would compare me to other persons. And to be honest, I don't know why I settled for that, but I was in such a broken state that I thought that that was the best for me. I really thought that was the best for me. Like, God could not do any better than that. And let me tell you this, that is straight up a lie. That is a lie from the enemy because, as I said last week, the enemy's job is to kill, to steal, and to destroy. And if you look at my life at that time, it may have looked like the enemy had succeeded because I was so broken. I was so broken that I literally settled for that relationship. If I had a problem, he did something that I didn't like, and I brought it up in a conversation to him. I don't know, but he does something that at the end of that conversation, I end up blaming myself and I am the one responsible because whatever I did caused him to behave in such a way and it's my fault. And at the end of that conversation, I will admit that it's my fault. And then like a few hours or a few days pass and I'm thinking about it and I'm like, wait, what happened? That's crazy. This is not my fault. How did I even think that? And it was just like, I don't know. It was crazy, guys. Every single time I brought up an issue, something that he did, that was wrong, that he did to wrong me, I would end up, at the end of the conversation, I would end up thinking it was all my fault. Like he was good with his words, a master manipulator, let me tell you. And I don't know, the things that I've endured with this relationship. And I'm here to tell you, don't listen to the lies of the enemy. Don't listen to his lies. Don't settle for less because that is the plan of the enemy. And that's what I did. I settled for less, less than what God has for me. And I'm here to tell you that you don't deserve that. Even in your mistake, you don't deserve that because Christ saw the need that, hey, even in your worst mistakes, even in your sin, even in your disobedience, he said that he will die for you so you can have life and have it abundantly, so that you can have a second chance, so that you can experience the good life that he has plans for you, so that you can experience Jeremiah 29:11. He did that. So it doesn't matter the mistake that you have made. It doesn't matter. You are not your mistakes. You're not defined by your mistakes. You're not defined by those negative words that whomever call you. You're not who they say you are. Never take validation from people around you. Your validation comes from God. Your worth, your self esteem, it comes from God. Your identity is found in God. So never you dare think that you're not worthy of love. Never you believe or buy into the lie that God does not have more. Never you think that you would have to settle for less, because that is a lie. I've experienced God so much, so much after that. After after I finally came out of the relationship, God healed me and put me together in such a way. He fixed my perception of myself, the way I saw myself and the way I saw him. And I found a new way to love God all over again because he is so merciful. He is so wonderful. You don't deserve it. No matter what you have done, you don't deserve to stay in that mess. God died so you could have a second chance. So don't you dare decide to settle. Don't you dare decide to stay in that mess just because you made a mistake. God is a God who redeems. God is a God who turns things around. And even if you need change, even if you find it hard to trust God, because that was my issue. That was my main issue. I found it hard to trust God because I thought he was taking too long. I thought he was taking too long, and I just felt so desperate to fill this need, not knowing that what I am asking for, I can only find in him. Many of us, we think that what we need or what we desperately desire can be found in the person or the thing, but that's not true. Everything you need and want is found in God. That emptiness, that void that you want to fill, you can only find it in God. And that is what he was trying to show me all along. That is why I did not get that love that I've been praying for, because he said, if you cannot see yourself the way I see you, if you are not able to see that you are already loved, that you're already enough, that you are already beautiful, then when you enter the promise or when you enter the blessing, you're just going to mismanage it because you're going to always doubt yourself and always feel like you're not worthy, and you're going to always self-sabotage. So I'm here to tell you, do not settle in the mess. God, let Him heal you. Let Him redeem you. Let Him restore the broken parts of you. And be open about them. Be open with the wound. Let Him see it. Sometimes when we go before God, we just go before Him, telling Him all that you need. And you're not ready for it because you're covering the wound that He's trying to fix. You have to remove your hands so that He can see the wound. You have to open up about it so that He can heal you and to restore your identity. Because if you don't, you're just gonna fall in the same mess like I did and think that I deserved it. And that's a lie. That's a lie. Imagine if I had stayed. Probably I wouldn't even be here because I don't know. Probably I would have off myself because I've thought about that during that time. But I'm so glad, but I'm so glad for the mercy and the goodness of the Lord. And even in that moment when I chose to stay in the mess, when I chose to settle, God was still chasing me. God was still pursuing me in every way, shape, and form. He was still after my heart because He said, yeah, you made a mistake, but you're still mine. Yeah, you've fallen and you chose to stay in the mud, but I'm here for you to clean you up, to wash you off, and to make you new again, and to restore you so that the blessing, you can enter the blessing. So I'm here to encourage you today. Do not be like me. So if you've ever felt used, unseen, unloved, I see you. And most importantly, God sees you too. Next week, we're talking about what happened after the fall, how He showed me mercy, how He caused me to see myself the way He saw me, and how He reminded me that I am always His. So if this episode stirred something inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend. Like it and subscribe. Love y'all. And remember, don't settle for a lie.